Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Milani Screen Queen Foundation. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. This foundation retails for $13.99 at Ulta Beauty. I purchased 3 shades. Yes, I know that's a little excessive, but I wasn't sure which shade I was. Milani killed it with the shade range. It comes in 45 different shades. I'm looking at the shades online. The range looks pretty awesome. I do want to read a little bit about this foundation. It says, break up with blue light. You're on the phone 24/7. Milani is not mad at you, but your skin might be because the blue light coming from your devices could be doing some serious damage. Level up your skin's digital defense with Milani Screen Queen Foundation. Created to give you woke up like this effortlessly perfect skin. This buildable light to medium coverage foundation builds seamlessly and blurs imperfections for an even, luminous, natural skin finish. Made with digital blue light filter technology. Okay, Milani, this first of its kind formula helps fight the signs of digital damage, dullness, discoloration, and hyperpigmentation to keep your skin on point no matter how much screen time you clock. There aren't any reviews online yet. As I did mention earlier, I did purchase 3 different shades. I purchased the shade in 370. This one is Golden Tan. The middle shade here is 380 Deep Tan. And then this one here on the very far right is 400 Toasted Chai. Hopefully one of these shades would match me. Here's a closer look on what the foundation bottle looks like. It does come in a glass bottle. It comes with a frosted cap and it comes with a pump. We're gonna start with the first shade in 370. Let's pump 1 pump on the back of my hand. If it would come out. There we go. Actually 2 pumps I pumped out. I wanted to see what 370 looks like. Here we have 370. I'm gonna apply some to my face. There's 370. This one is too light. Next shade is 380. 2 pumps of 380. There's what 380 looks like. Here's 380. 380 is kind of light on me too. Hopefully the next shade would match me. Here's what the last shade in 400 looks like. Here we have 400. I might be 400. That's what 400 looks like. I honestly feel like I'm none of these shades. For today, I think we're gonna go with the shade in 400. I removed the swatches from my face. I'm just gonna re-prime and moisturize. For moisturizer, I'm gonna apply the L'Oreal Moisture Filler. I already applied some on my skin earlier all over, but I just wanna reapply it where I did the swatches just now. I'm gonna let that sink in for a little bit. The primer I already applied on my skin is by Milani. This is their Prime and Correct. I'm just taking a little bit. I thought Milani would come out with a new primer with this foundation, so I'm just using my favorite primer from them. I purchased a backup of this primer because I love it so much. Now that my skin is primed and moisturized, we're gonna go in with the shade in 400. I pumped 2 more pumps of the foundation on the back of my hand on the original swatch. I'm gonna dot it all over first, and then we're gonna use my tools to blend it out. On the left side of my face, I'm gonna blend out the foundation using my damp beauty blender. Here's 1 layer of the foundation blended out using my damp beauty blender. This foundation is true medium coverage in my opinion. It did cover up my redness. You can still see a little bit of my darkness peeking through. We are going to be building up the foundation to a 2nd layer. Before I do blend out the right side of my face using my brush, I do want to blend it out using my fingertip. I do want to see the coverage we get. Wow. Using your fingertips would give you full coverage. Look at that. It covered up my dark spot. It covered up my redness. I don't even want to use my brush anymore. I do want to see how it does blend out using a brush, so we'll kind of do the neck to see how it blends out. Here's 1 layer of the foundation using a brush. I don't like how the foundation looks like blended out using a brush. It just doesn't give me enough coverage. We are gonna see if we can build it up to full coverage. Again, we're gonna take 3 pumps of the foundation, same spot as we did the first time. We're gonna dot it all over. Wow, does this foundation oxidize? I didn't realize that until I applied it to my face. But first, let's apply this foundation with my fingertips. Now we're just gonna blend it in using my finger. Just want to use one fingertip because I don't want to get the other fingertips dirty. Is that weird? I know the foundation looks a bit too cakey, it looks a bit too masky using my fingertips, but it did give me a little bit more coverage. I do want to blend out the foundation just a tad bit using my damp beauty blender on the left side of my face. That way it's not so cakey. I'm just gonna run over it just a little bit. We're gonna do the same thing for the brush side. Just tapping it in using my brush. Here's what the foundation looks like. I do want to set my under eyes with a little bit of setting powder. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. This is in the shade Honey. I have a tiny bit on the back of the cap. Taking my damp beauty blender, taking a little bit, bouncing off the excess on the back of my hand. Just taking that little bit just to set underneath my eyes. For mascara, I'm going to apply the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. For lips, I'm going to apply the L'Oreal Matte Lip Crayon in the shade Spice of Life. Here's what the foundation looks like dried down on the back of my hand. Now we're going to apply a fresh pump of the shade in 370. Here we have one fresh pump. That shade looks a little bit lighter to when it does dry down. The next shade is 380. I'm not sure where to apply that, so we'll apply that down here on the bottom. 380 looks lighter as well. That's what 380 looks like, and then dried down, it definitely dried down darker. We have the shade in 400, which I currently have on. Here's what one pump of the shade in 400 looks like. Definitely a difference when you first apply it and when it's dried down. Here we have all three shades dried and freshly swatched. Here's one last look on how the foundation looks like. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night to see how the foundation performs, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night of me testing out the Milani Screen Queen Foundation. Here's what the foundation is currently looking like. Surprisingly, I like how the foundation wore throughout my day. I'm not overly oily. I do look a little bit dewy, a little bit shiny, but it's not super oily. It looks like my natural oils peek through. I do want to do a blotting test on the left side of my face just to see how much foundation does come off. I'm just going to be taking a tissue and blotting the left side of my face. Here's how much foundation did come off on the tissue. The majority of the foundation is still on my face, but a little bit did transfer over. You can see my redness peeking through. My first impression of this foundation is that I love how it wore throughout my day. It felt very natural. It doesn't feel overly cakey on my face. It didn't feel heavy at all. Very lightweight on my skin. At one point, I did forget that I was wearing this foundation. Then, of course, I looked in the mirror and I was like, wait, this shade doesn't even match me at all. Looking at the different shades online, I'm still not sure what shade I'm in. I do have to go back to Ulta, probably get a different shade. Hopefully my local Ulta Beauty does carry this Milani Screen Queen Foundation. I will definitely keep you guys updated if I do exchange my shade. Actually, you know what? I think the shade in 400 does match me. On camera, it looks like it doesn't match me, but I do have a mirror right in front of me. In person, it looks like it does match me. Like I said, I will be testing out this foundation for this entire week, and I will check back in with you guys at the end of the week, let you guys know my final thoughts, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the week of me testing out the Milani Screen Queen Foundation. My final thoughts on this foundation is that I did like how it wore throughout the entire week. My shade is in 400 Toasted Chai. I go back to Ulta Beauty and I did test out the next shade, which I think is Tawny. I'm not sure. That seemed to be a little bit too deep for me. This foundation does oxidize throughout your day, so definitely get a sample if you are interested in purchasing it. I will keep all three shades I purchased. I will use the lighter two shades as concealer. I do currently have the shade in 370 Golden Tan applied as concealer. I definitely enjoyed wearing the shade in 400 Toasted Chai. I did have to blot throughout my day. This is a true medium coverage foundation. You can build it up. I currently have the foundation applied all over my skin. As you guys can see see a little bit of my darkness is peeking through. I didn't want to build it up too much. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.